Hi there, welcome to our YouTube channel, Wholesome Sexuality. We started this ministry and this page because we felt there was not enough wholesome advice being given concerning sexuality, especially for those of us that are conservative and Christian. A lot of stuff out there are just either pornography or focus on selling sex toys. And we just felt, look, sex is a wholesome thing and there should be some wholesome advice be made available. My name is Pastor Kingsley, and I have here one of our in-house medical doctors. Even though he's a big doctor, but he's one of those that consult for wholesome sexuality. His name is Dr. Chris Williams.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right. So, as you know, he's a medical doctor, and we're going to look at something very interesting today. Before we go into it, before we came out of the room, we were speaking with a lady that is married to one of the popular worship ministers in our country. And we're saying, we can't keep her where we're talking about sex. And she was jokingly saying, yeah, because she received her children from the Spirit. As meaning that didn't she need to have sex to have children? You know, everybody is interested in sex. Yeah. Everybody, is interested. Yeah. Many are involved, but why are we shy to talk about it? Yeah. Dr. Chris, maybe you can tell us, why are we shy to talk about sex?
I think it's societal wrong teachings from the past, but it's changing. And then also perversion, the fact that sex and things around sex have long been perverted. That's why. But thank God for such a ministry as this, that you are seeking to correct it. It should be talked about. Yes. It should be talked about. The first time the Bible referred to sex was in Genesis chapter 4. It said, and Adam knew his wife. Now, you will think that was the first time they were having it. But that wasn't the first time. As a matter of fact, when you see it, you think that it was an outfall of the fall of man. But it wasn't. Because if you think about it, how did God expect them to replenish the earth and be fruitful? So it's part and parcel of what God created, and it's good to talk about it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's good. Thank you, Dr. Chris Williams. By the way, Dr. Chris Williams has a book titled Towards Sexual Satisfaction. So this is an area he's good at and is passionate about. And guess what? For the first 100 people that subscribe after seeing this video, we're going to give you one copy. We're going to send you one copy each. All right. So, hey, go subscribe if you have not subscribed. And if you have subscribed, please like this video, share. We want to get this word out that there's a place people can get wholesome advice, concerning sexuality. It mustn't be junk. It mustn't be pornography based. There's sound, good, godly and scientific backed advice on sexuality. Doc, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about low libido, how to handle it, and then how to overcome sexual frigidity.
Low libido and how to overcome
frigidity. Now, low libido is low interest in sex. Okay? But frigidity is even worse. Frigidity is paranoid fear for sex.
So there are people that have low interest in sex.
So there are.
Wow. We were praying to man
that God should help people, and some people are just not interested.
Wow. So that is a problem.
Some people are afraid of it.
So if I'm not interested in sex, that is a problem.
Oh, it's a big problem. It's a big problem amongst couples. It scatters many people's homes. Okay, and it's not only for men or women. It can be
the other way.
Now, there's also frigidity. The person has fear. The person would rather receive a bullet than go and have sex.
What is problem?
So, I mean, sometimes we are imagining how did that come about? But those things are real. Yes, they are real. Okay, so those...
And apparently people will be shy to talk about this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody sounds like, hey!
PK, that's the problem. People will not come out to divulge it. They will not see a counselor. They will not see a doctor, and they will be suffering. I heard about a man who himself and his wife didn't sleep together for 7 years. No. As at when the woman was talking to me, it was 7 years since and they live in the same house. Wow. And I'm sure from time to time they will go to parties and wear and go.
Yes, I'm doing like everything's
fine. Young people, maybe in their
7 years
40s or early 50s and all that. Wow. So talking about it, I really thank God for this. Talking about it helps a lot because 90 to 95% of people who suffer some of these things can receive help. So somebody is having issues with sex one way or the other. 90% of the ways
Yes, they can be bold.
yes, to see a doctor, see a therapist, or see a counselor, they can receive help.
By the way, we're still in the season where we're doing free counseling sessions. So hey, reach out to us. Our numbers and our details, emails are available. For this season, we're still doing free sessions. So you need to reach us, all right? It won't be free forever, but for now, it's still free. I advise you to reach us immediately. So, Doc, what causes low libido? Should we take it together or separately?
Let's take it separately.
Okay, so what causes low libido?
Now, the first and foremost is gender. Gender. It is more occurrent, more prevalent amongst women.
I knew it.
Now, that's because the hormone that is responsible for sex, called testosterone, is lower in women.
People argue with you know I'm also a coach. People argue when I tell them this thing. They say, no, is it that we think women? I said, no, what women are dealing with is very different from what women are dealing with.
Yes. Testosterone is 8 to 10 times higher in men than in women. So already women come with follow-up. Testosterone is on the low side. Even though that low side that they have can help them express.
So it's not as if they have better character than us. They just have, they don't have testosterone like us. If they had testosterone like us, they'll be worse than men.
This is what when I counsel people, I'm quick to let the woman know it, that you need to know what your husband is going through. He is a sex machine, actually. The way that God pumped him and packaged him. The man just wants to be lying all over the place and all that. So that's gender. And then also stress can cause it. Stress can cause, when people are overworked, it can cause it also. Anxiety and fear, all the pressures of worries of life can cause it. Also, now, there can be low testosterone. So a man can have low testosterone. A man, for instance, if the normal level of testosterone is 20, a man can begin to have maybe around 10 or 15 or whatever. That's low. And then even in the woman, it can be lower. We said already in a woman is low. Now a woman can now begin to suffer low testosterone for a woman's level. Wow. Okay, so, and then other things that can be responsible for non-interest in sex is relational problems. Relational problems, or so if the man and the woman are having issues, and then if it is chronic, if it's not attended to, if it's not dealt with, it can fester and become something very serious. It will eventually affect their bedroom. Okay, and then also if she's ill, maybe has diabetes or hypertension, chronic illnesses, diabetes, hypertension, cancer, all these things. Once somebody is generally ill, it will affect their drive for sex. Okay. Now, unfortunately, also the drugs that they use to treat these illnesses have side effects that have to do with low libido. For instance, when you are some people who are on some antihypertensive drugs or some anti-diabetic drugs or some drugs for ulcer, they reduce testosterone levels and generally and all that. So these are some.
Even hunger.
Hunger can cause.
If you have not eaten.
You don't want to think about any other thing.
I'm telling you. Yes. I'm telling you. You don't have energy. Even if you are thinking it.
Exactly.
No power
exactly.
to do anything.
And also, if somebody doesn't enjoy sex, because their partner is not trained, or the partner is not into it, the partner is just tolerating them. After some time, they too will develop disinterest. Yes, so these are some of the causes. Yes, he or she is not working to please them. Yes, I'm really glad we're talking about it, because some men go into sex with the mind that I just want to enjoy myself. Very extremely wrong. Very extremely wrong. Each partner comes into sex with the mindset that I want to, I want to give this person a treat of their life. That way it will work better.
That's beautiful. We're going to do other videos that will address that, because really, generally, it seems more men fall into that, this last bracket you mentioned now, that they just see, because the way a man gets aroused is very different from how a woman gets aroused. A man can start and finish under 2 or 3 minutes. And then the woman has not even started by that time. Hi there. Thank you for showing interest in our ministry and for seeking counseling or any of our resources. My name is Kingsley Okonkwo. I'm the founder and president of Love, Dating and Marriage Ministries. We're a ministry committed to helping people have better marriages, and better relationships. We have spanned right now close to 3 decades of doing this. I believe you are here to seek counseling or some support. I want to let you know that we have a great team of dedicated and trained counselors. So even if you cannot speak to me directly, even if you cannot book a session with me personally, I want you to be rest assured that any of my team members you get to talk with will give you the same quality of advice and help that I would give you. And guess what? I still kind of oversee what they do. So hey, somehow you'll still be getting my personal touch in your counseling session. So hey, don't let booking me personally limit you. Take advantage of all our trained counselors. There are people that have worked with me over the years and people I can really vouch for. I'm looking forward to hearing with you and getting feedback from you. God bless you. Okay, so now that we know what are the things that can cause it, so what do we do?
Take them one by one. So for the age factor, it is there. From around 40 going on to 50, testosterone begins to drop. Natural. Okay, so for both parties, if the man and the woman. So if you are in that age bracket, you are 40 and above, going on to 50 and above, and you are beginning to have these issues, not to worry, there are some things that you can do. As a matter of fact, sex at this level should no longer be about the frequency of it, but the intensity of it. Even if it occurs maybe once in a week or something, the intensity of it. So that's what to do with age. However, if you also don't leave yourself, some of us just abandon ourselves as we are growing. We're obese, we're overweight, we're sedentary, we are not doing stuff, we're not full of activity. It will tell more. So if you see somebody who is very active, like a sports person, and then another person B who is not very active, they are all round and all obese, the B person is more likely to suffer low libido. Yes. Okay, so handle yourself. Very important, very important. I will say it again later. One of the things, if you are having low, whether it's erectile dysfunction, that's impotence, or low libido or anything, exercise helps a lot. As a matter of fact, the books say very high impact exercises like weightlifting. This is why most sports women, they are very, very sexually active. Very sexual. And if you watch some sports women, you see that they tend to have like beards, or they have chest hairs in their chest. Is because high impact sports helps you to release testosterone, whether man or woman. Okay, so if you are doing that, so for some person who's been suffering, who is not speaking out, merely just getting registered in a gym and start doing regular exercises can solve the problem. Okay, so that's one.
So all this is looking at age, right?
Yes.
So you've mentioned exercise. What else?
Exercise, package yourself well. That's treat yourself well. It will also have to do with how you eat. How you eat. If you are eating sloppy, you are eating junk foods. All these things have a way of setting. But if you watch what you eat a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables, a lot of plant-based foods, the age will still creep in, but it will not be as much. Okay, very important. Now, so deal with stress. Stress is a cause. Deal with it. We all need to rest. Stress affects all areas of life. It affects your productivity. It affects all areas of life. Okay, so deal with it. If you are stressed, I usually talk about 7 hours to deal with stress. Recognize your stressor, remove the stressor or run away from it. Recondition your mind. Don't let things stress you. Some people just get stressed up over little or nothing. Every small thing, they start fretting and all that. Recondition your mind, okay? And then some other R's, rest, relaxation, and recreation helps you to do. So that's enough about stress. The other
remuneration. They pay you your salary.
If
you earn more, your stress is gone.
If you increase your remuneration,
I'm telling you, your stress is go down.
Because
I'm telling you.
Stress is because there's not enough.
I'm telling you. LDR people have to pay me more. Pay me and doc more for this. How stressful that.
Now, there are other things you can do to increase testosterone. There are supplements you can be taking. supplements. There's a supplement called L-arginine. Okay, there's another. Okay, before L-arginine, some herbs, ginseng, for instance, red ginseng. I'm sure we have seen some outside people carry some. It looks like root inside bottle sometimes, and they are, making, trying to sell it. That's ginseng there. That's ginseng that has hairy things coming out from that root. Is ginseng. It's very, very good. It increases testosterone. There are several of them.
I'm trying to buy one.
Okay. There's tribulus, there's long jack, several things we have around. Some people have also said taking watermelon can improve your testosterone levels. Okay. And then some people have also said cucumber. But generally, doing fruits can increase your testosterone level. Okay. And then, so all these things are the few things you can do to increase your libido.
Okay, but Doc, apart from the ginseng and these things that the Northerners sell here and the herbs you mentioned, those things you can buy, what can I start eating certain kind of things if I want to deal with low libido? If a man is dealing with low libido, are there kind of food he should be eating or not eating?
Fantastic. I'm happy you added that not eating. So I'll start from there. Because no matter how much the right eating you are eating, if you are eating wrong, it will be diluting. Exactly. So what should you stay away from? And it's known, it's in the public domain. Sweet things. Sweet things always drain you health-wise. And part of your health is your sex health, sexual health, okay? Sweet things. Also reduce drastically your intake of animal proteins. Stick with fish.
Sweet things first. You didn't give us
okay, sweet things, soft drinks, sweet things generally, anything that is sweet. Some people say, what about honey? When you do honey, even do it little. Yes, even the book of Proverbs said, if you find honey, eat little. Wow. Oh, yes.
So they were thinking about sex that time?
No, wasn't talking about it, just talking about health generally. Anything too sweet. Too much abuse of sweet things tell on your health. Well, sweet beans cannot be too whatever. So soft drinks and all that generally. Also, animal proteins, reduce them. I advise people stick with only fish, and then if you must do chicken and turkey, reduce them drastically. All right. Also, pastas and pastries, flour foods. Flour foods destroy actually your body. Reduce them. Now, frying of oils also. Reduce them. Now, so those are the things you should do away with. What food should we eat? In natural health, there are. In natural health, we say likes deal with likes. So, cucumber. You know how cucumber looks? Like a very turgid penis. So it supports it.
That means horse meat now.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Then banana, plantain, all these support. Okay. And then also I've said watermelon earlier. Watermelon helps. Also then oils that you use matter also. Olive oil, sunflower oil, canola oil. So you said the foods are finished. They are not finished. Grains. Eat a lot of grain foods. Millet, guinea corn, maize. Because we like swallows in this part, buy millet and guinea corn, go to the market and grind it. And then you can use that to make your swallow. You can use that to make your swallow. How many times have you seen Hausa Fulani people obese?
It's true.
It's very difficult. It's because they are
trekking.
Because they trek. But their staple is grains. Yes.
I suspect that
no, it's part of it. No, we can't remove it because that's exercise also. Oh yes, so we cannot remove it. So grains, stick with grains, and then eat a lot of vegetables. A lot of vegetables. At every opportunity, eat vegetables, carrots, beetroot, cabbage, cucumber, and all that. It makes you strong, and anything that makes you strong down there.
Wow, hallelujah.
Yes. So those are the foods you should.
The olive oil, should they anoint you with it?
No, you just use it to make your food. It's okay. So that's how to do it. Whatever efforts you put towards eating healthy will help your sexual health, because your sexual health is part of your overall health. That's why also when people have diabetes or hypertension, it begins to affect their sexual health. Because anything that's affecting your general health is affecting.
Yes, and I noticed that also. I think people that are also overweight, it
Oh yes, yes, it does. So that's what to do. To increase, work on your relationship with your spouse. Yes. If your in between is not good, you people are not on talking terms, your interest in sex will go down. Even though the man, the man may keep malice with his wife for 2 years and then wake up one morning and he will start arousing. Yes. Women are not like that. Sex is a reward for a good relationship or a good romantic relationship. Okay, so work on it. I tell people, do everything to keep harmony in your house. Don't allow your ego and your pride to make you look, because you will need the woman. You know, one time I was meditating and it occurred to me. So one day I was just asking God silently in my heart, that why did you make this testosterone so high in man that many men can't control themselves? And you know, the answer just came to me one day. If Adam wasn't created, didn't have high testosterone, that's such that every 3 days you need to release, that thing that Eve did to him, that made God drive him out of the garden, he would not have talked to Eve again. I'm telling you. So maybe first 3 days they were keeping malice. Then after the third day, Eve. Are you still angry? Are you still angry? Is it because of the talk of that day? Forget it. Okay? So make up your relationship. Work on it. If you have to go for counsel, if you have to do other things, go there.
Okay, but let me sneak into something, because so that means averagely, a man would need sex averagely
2 to 3 times a week. In medicine, gynecology, we call adequate sex 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay. Adequate. So let's record this one. We're going to advertise on CNN. I want to say nationally.
Say it again. To all our sisters and women out there, your husband needs to be serviced 2 to 3 times.
This is signed by the federal. We're taking the Senate.
That is adequate sex. Into law. That's adequate sex, okay? Because every 3 days, the sperm sac gets filled.
You see, because when some men work, you know.
When something is filled, it needs to be.
I'm telling you. So that is it. Okay, so what of men that need? Because there's some men that actually have incredible libido, as in maybe they get very high. So they want like every day. So their wives complain.
What to tell them is, you to understand where your wife is coming from. While you are a sex machine, I said your testosterone level is 8 to 10 times higher than our own. Okay? Now, you that you are wanting it every day, maybe your own testosterone level is like 12 times higher than our own. So you need to understand where she's coming from. And then, so compromise will be the issue. She understands that this guy is a jackie, and then you to understand that this person, this is not how God created, and then you come to some midway. And then you can use several other things to distract yourself. Okay? Let me say this. Couples out there should target quality rather than frequency. Quality, real quality. Okay, we said 2 to 3 times is the adequate. But then if you get, by reason of your work or by reason of your wife's nature, you get to be serviced only once a week. Appreciate it and make the most of it. When we come and talk about erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation, we'll handle that. Because some men, they will just go in and in half a minute they have come out. The game is over. The women hate that. They hate that. I mean, they want this thing to go on for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and all that. We'll talk about that.
Okay, so and this you're saying is important, because that's why this 2 to 3 days one. Because many women don't know what's causing quarrel in their home. Yes. They see the man just walking about, doing his head one, looking for quarrel. They don't know is that the sack is.
Yes, the sack is full, and it needs to be helped. It needs to be helped. So you have to understand your man like that. Some time ago, one of the leaders serving under me, You know, I used to taunt him. He had just gotten married. This was about 8 months into marriage. That's how, how are you guys doing? Oh, fine, fine, fine. Then one day he just sat me down and said, sir, I have to tell you the truth. You know, in 8 months that we have had sex only about 4 times. I nearly fell off my seat. I said, what's the problem? Then he began to tell me, you know, when we talk about sexual frigidity, I will say the reason why.
Okay. Hi there. Thank you for showing interest in our ministry and for seeking counseling or any of our resources. My name is Kingsley Okonkwo. I'm the founder and president of Love, Dating and Marriage Ministries. We're a ministry committed to helping people have better marriages, you know, and better relationships. We have spanned right now close to 3 decades of doing this. I believe you're here to seek counseling or some support. I want to let you know that we have a great team of dedicated and trained counselors. So even if you cannot speak to me directly, even if you cannot book a session with me personally, I want you to be rest assured that any of my team members you get to talk with will give you the same quality of advice and help that I would give you. And guess what? I still kind of oversee what they do. So hey, somehow you'll still be getting my personal touch in your counseling session. So hey, don't let booking me personally limit you. Take advantage of all our trained counselors. There are people that have worked with me over the years and people I can really vouch for. I'm looking forward to hearing with you and getting feedback from you. God bless you. Okay, so for low libido, if somebody walks up to you now and says, I have low libido, what are some of the questions?
Number one, we want to find out about his relationship with his wife. Want to find out about his activity level. Want to find out about his stress level. Want to find out about, then want to do some tests to check whether his testosterone is low. But many times I don't do that test. I just place them on supplements and herbs that will anyway help to boost their testosterone. And there are many there. These are things you can buy off the shelf in supermarkets because they are not like the other orthodox things that can harm you. Okay, it may not kick in. Some people call and say it didn't work. I took it, and then 1 hour later, I said, no, it doesn't work like that. It builds up your testosterone. So one man came about a month ago. He said his wife is abroad, but that she's coming back to pick him so that they will go. So he wanted to prepare 1 month earlier. Okay, so about 2 weeks into the 1 month, that's about 2 weeks ago, he called me. He said, sir, my something is just standing up. Oh. Almost 2 days now, it has not gone. I said, what did you expect? The thing has kicked in. Yes. So I advised him, maybe you should slow it down so that towards the days when madam will come in, you can get back on it. So somebody comes in with low libido, those are things we advise. All right, and then we also explain the deep testosterone levels. In fact, I ask them to come in with their wives because it's important. It's important. It's important. If you are giving your husband sex as a, like, just have it, after some time, he will become disinterested in it. Because each just have it is brushing his ego. He gets to release, he gets to reach orgasm, but his ego is brushed. He feels that he's just being, somebody is just doing him a favor. But if he feels that the thing is coming out of mutual interest and love and passion for each other, it will not affect his libido. Yes, so.
But can you usually tell when a couple comes, or maybe the wife reaches you that my husband is like this or whatever, can you usually tell if it's a relational problem?
Oh, yes. Through interviewing the person. So in medicine, we call something history. So somebody sits down, maybe first 5 minutes, we're even discussing all that, and so what is the issue? And then she goes on. Some people will start from here. But as a therapist and as a doctor, you know where to eventually bring them, because they didn't know that this is where their problem is. They started from here, okay? And then at the end of the day, we'll get to a place. Some people, it's just a simple exercise. Just go home and do exercise. You are too sedentary. Yes. You are too obese, go and lose some weight. And then the thing, go and just jog, do something. Get some weight to your house, not the one that will break your chest, though, and start lifting weight. And then you see that these things will come back.
Okay. So before we move to the frigidity one, one appeal to people that for women that are dealing with low libido, I don't know, because at least let me say for men now. I know most men, the reason why they won't want to talk about it is that they feel ashamed or they feel shy. So I need them to learn how to overcome that, to understand that sex is also a major part of marriage and it's also important to your wife. All right, because that's the bond that brings a man and a woman together. You know, you will not feel the total intimacy if there's no physical intimacy. Even though intimacy does not start from the physical. However, if two people are together as husband and wife and there is no physical intimacy, the other intimacies will just be hanging in the air. All right, so it needs to culminate somehow in physical intimacy. So for the men here that are watching and you are dealing with low libido, you are not alone. All right, it's not as uncommon as you think, and there's nothing to be ashamed about. We are professionals. This is what we do. We've had cases similar to yours, and we're never going to judge you or condemn you or look down at you. We really just want to help you so that you can have a good marriage. Because, Pastor, there are times that these things lead to also adultery in the family.
Oh yes, plenty times.
You need to know that it's important. It can lead to all kinds of things, either adultery or breaking of the marriage.
Scatter the home.
Yes, scatter the home. So there's going to be an impact sooner or later. So please overcome your shyness, overcome whatever is stopping you, and talk to someone. Like I said, we're still doing free sessions for now. Just send us a mail, send us a WhatsApp message, schedule a proper session with one of our professionals, and we'll talk with you and help you. The same thing with women. I don't know why women will not want to talk about it. I know men are ashamed. But why do you think women that are dealing with libido will not want to talk about it?
Societal wrong misconception in the society that a woman should not be seen to be interested in sex or like sex. Okay, and all those things are very extremely wrong. As a matter of fact, it was so bad up until a few years back that in some tribes they will circumcise their girls and their female children. So the reason is so that she will not enjoy sex. She will not think too much of sex. Okay, and that's very, very wrong. Sex is a gift from God. It's a blessing. And nobody should feel ashamed for enjoying it, especially in the context in which God has put it, in the context of marriage.
That's beautiful. And those of you that have been following this YouTube channel, one of our previous videos talked about the wrong mindsets about sex. And this is part of what we dealt with, that women are not meant to enjoy sex, that only men must initiate. And we dealt with all those things. So please go and watch the video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, share it, and make a comment. Let us know that you are getting blessed. Okay, Doc. Let's talk about frigidity.
No, so frigidity is morbid fear for sex. Like I said earlier, the person would rather you shoot them in the head with a gun than go into a session of sex. And there are things that lead to it. Very terrible hormonal dysfunction can lead to it. That's very extremely low testosterone. So by the way, it is more in women, much more in women than in men. And it follows. The testosterone in a man, before it can drop to the point, it will be very long. But the woman that didn't come packaged with very high testosterone, it can drop to a point and then she has it. Another thing that leads to it is past abuses. If she had been raped. So I was telling about that person that we talked about, that I was talking about, that person that said in 8 months they had had it only 4 times. It was a rape case. Yes. She had been raped and all that. Then, so that one, and then pain during sex. Pain, either physical or psychologically, or psychological, that is associated with sex. I'll talk first about the physical. If every time she goes into a section of sex with her husband, she has pain, after some time she will be afraid of it. It's normal. Okay? If she cannot relate sex with enjoyment, she will become afraid of it. So there are some physical things that can cause that. Number one, if she, for one thing or the other, cannot lubricate, that she cannot get wet. and then the man didn't know or doesn't know or is not skilled, is not schooled, he has not been watching your programs, and then he's just entering there and just do make I finish and all that. The woman will associate it with pain. There are other things that can also cause non-lubrication, or the low testosterone can cause it. If the man is not trained, if he's always rushing, he just want to open and enter and go in. If he's animalistic,
yes, I mean,
some
I get
people,
those cases a lot.
oh yeah, some people,
Not delicate, they are not skillful.
yeah, even that one is little now. Some people have a mindset that, that they should tie the woman down, they should be flogging, they should be biting. I think it's called voyeurism and all that. If a woman is unfortunate to have that kind of husband, then who wants to be flogged every time? Yeah. Sex is enjoyment, not pain. Yeah. But some people enjoy sex while inflicting pain on others. Also, this is interesting. I'm talking about the things that can cause physical pain. If she has vaginismus every time, what is vaginismus? Contraction of the vaginal opening, of the vaginal canal. Okay, now the vaginal canal contracts at about orgasm, but then some women, their vaginal canal is always contracted, and then that means it is reduced, it is small, it is tiny, and then the man is forcing himself, it can cause pain. And then there's another one. Some women's vagina, unknown to them, has been divided into two. Oh yes. So they are not aware. Or growing up, nobody told them, they don't know. In fact, there was a particular case in medical school that our consultant told us. They discovered it when she wanted to give birth. When there was labor, baby came, and then didn't want to come again.
Sharing this, federal government that sharing this, dividing urban planning.
No. What happens is that, so if this is the vaginal canal, there's some skin, some septa that have divided it into two. It can divide it horizontal, it can divide it.
So it's just a natural phenomenon.
Yes, it's an anomaly. Okay, so if that woman had complained earlier about pain, that this thing pains me, a doctor would have looked there and say, and it's a very simple treatment thing to treat. You can just take a scissors and cut it, and in 2 days the woman will be healed.
But it's not something you should do at home, sir.
No, not at all. Let a doctor do it. And then also, some women, even though they have been having sex for months, their hymen may still be unbroken. Wow. So their hymen, I'm sure our viewers know what I mean by the hymen. Hymen is the cellophane that God used to, the cellophane that God used to package that area, decorate that area. So that the person who owns that property is the one that will unwrap it. Okay, even though in this generation many people get unwrapped before another. Now at that unwrapping, at that consummation, that thing is broken. It's a very simple, very easy flesh. However, some ladies' own is very tough. All the while the man has been entering, it will not tear. Until, so when they go to a doctor, so if they complain that my wife's always having pain, a doctor will look in there, he may see a septate vagina, or he may see the tough hymen, and then just cut it, and then they will go on. So now, these are physical causes. Yes, wanted to ask.
You didn't finish the story about the baby, the person that went to deliver.
Oh, so the doctor, so she had been in obstructed labor in a small clinic, and they didn't see it. Not a medical clinic, at a nurse place to deliver. And then when the doctor looked, this is septate word, so they cut it and the baby just come out. The next, knowledge is powerful. So these are causes of physical. Now, before I go on, let me talk about the psychological. What are the things that cause psychological pain? Psychological pain, there's no physical pain, but it's there. Previous rape, then abuse, either physical or verbal, from her husband. Okay? Or the woman is feeling cheated. Maybe this man is practicing infidelity. So she's feeling pain. As the man is entering there, she's feeling pain. Tears are coming out and all that. Psychological. And then also, if this woman grew up, was raised up as a girl, being told that sex is filthy and evil, she may have psychological pain during sex. So what should you do? Correct all these things that are there. For instance, if there's a wrong mindset, let a therapist help them correct it, or a counselor help them correct it. If there's abuse, they should make up. There should be some kind of reconciliation. If the man has been, because women are very extremely jealous over their husbands. That's psychological. The physical, see a doctor. If there's problem, painful, if there's whatever, see a doctor and then let them check and know what is going on. That's if there's pain during sex. Let them check. It might be the tough hymen. It might be the septate vagina. It might even be an infection, PID, pelvic inflammatory disease. Then also it might be a fibroid. You know, as the man is trying to bang, maybe she has a tumor, a fibroid tumor there. It will be paining her. It may be ovarian cyst. Whichever way it goes, say out, speak out. See a doctor, see a counselor, and then something could be done for you. Yes. So that's that. I forgot to say this. It's so bad sometimes in sexual frigidity. Couples are known to have sex less than 5 times a year. And those 5 times now fights, war, and all that. No marriage can last like that. Most a man, elderly. Yes, elderly. Most a man will start going to do other things, you know. If he doesn't have the boldness to go out, or the moral decadence to go out, he can start doing all kinds of things within the house. Okay, so that's sexual frigidity. It's important, I want to say it again. You can receive help. Folks can have help. If you overcome the whatever of shyness and being ashamed, you can receive help. And there's help available.
Wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So please, if you are watching us, remember, if you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Remember, we're giving Dr. Chris Williams' book out to 100 people that subscribe immediately after this. So 100 copies will be out. So please, we'll give it out. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like and all that. Remember, we're still at the season where we're giving free consultations. If you're interested in that, please reach out to us. All our details are there. We'll get you connected. So, low libido and frigidity.
Yes.
So, but do men have frigidity?
A man can associate sex with pain. Yes, it's not as common at all. It's not nearly as common as in women, but it's available. It exists. So each time he enters, he's having pain. For instance, if his wife hardly lubricates, or if his wife is always having vaginismus, very tight vagina, he too trying to enter there will force himself, and he will have bruises. Okay. Also, if while growing up, for instance, maybe in the boarding school, some seniors were using him, entering him from the back and doing all kinds of things to him, that thing can still be there, and he also needs to be helped. He also needs to be helped.
So basically, this issue of low libido and frigidity can be resolved.
Oh, yes. Yes. People just get used to pain. Yeah. That's not good. If you are going through, let somebody know. Let somebody know. And then the people you are thinking will laugh at you. They too have their own. They are not seen. Yeah. Okay, let somebody know. And experts have been trained not to abuse you, not to look down on you. They will tell you what you do. And then they are hearing all sorts every day. Anyway, there's nothing unique that you are going through. Nothing at all that you are going through. So you can receive help.
I want to ask you, for couples that are struggling, because it's not normal for a married couple not to be enjoying sex.
It's abnormal.
Absolutely abnormal. Don't how do you say it? Don't normalize it.
Some people say that's how I am. Yes. That's how I am. No, it's not. No,
don't normalize it.
That's not how you should be.
Yes. Don't normalize it at all. Sex is meant to be enjoyed. between married couples, all right? And if you're not enjoying sex, then you can be helped to enjoy sex. And sometimes you don't even know what you're missing because you never really enjoyed sex. You just think, what's there? What am I missing? Trust me, we are telling you now from a national level, federal government level.
That
You are missing. It's designed to be enjoyable, designed to be great.
I say it this way. I say, a woman or a man that is afraid of sex, they have not really reached orgasm before.
Yes.
If you reach orgasm, you want more.
Yes.
Yeah.
You actually look forward to sex. You know, so when you see struggles that couples don't want to have sex, they are probably not enjoying it. If you're enjoying it, if you see when couples are enjoying sex, even when they seem to have some rift between them, they push it aside and have sex because they are, when you get used to enjoying sex with your husband or wife, there's no feeling like that. Yes. It's like ice cream, I'm telling you. So, you know, so you don't want to miss out on that. Sex is meant to be enjoyed, not endured. So if you are not enjoying sex, please talk to someone. Reach us. We're still doing free sessions and to be a blessing. So we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow all our other pages. You see them there. We have a whole lot of pages bringing you different kind of help. There's LDM with PK, there's Kingsley Okonkwo, there's Mildred, Kingsley Okonkwo, and a lot of other pages that will be a blessing to you. So hey, share this video, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you.
This was good. This was good. All right.